Hi, welcome to Grammar Compass with Sir Victor. Let us master English language together. Kindly reach out to us via our social media handles on the screen. Concord. In this lesson, we are going to do a basic introduction to this all-important grammatical concept. Afterwards, we are going to look at the complexities, the nitty-gritty, and the intricacies that are involved in using this grammatical concept. Let's delve straight into the lesson. What is Concord? Have you ever heard it in your grammar class? Of course, if you are a language enthusiast, you might have heard this in a grammar class. What is the meaning? Concord simply means the agreement between two grammatical units in a sentence. The key word over here is the agreement. When we talk about grammatical units, we are looking at the words that are joined together meaningfully to form the sentence. So what we are saying here is that those words must agree. And what do we mean by agreement? Let us have this example. George is a very kind man. What is the agreement that you see in this particular sentence? Over here, George is our subject and it is a singular noun. Do you see the verb that we chose for George? We used is. Is always used for singular subjects. So in this case, George and is are in agreement because they agree in terms of number. Both of them are singular. So when we say concord, it means that whenever one unit in a sentence shows a particular grammatical property, the other units must also show the same property. So in this sentence, George is singular. Therefore, the verb must also reflect singularity. So there is a concord relationship between the subject over here and the verb. Let us visualize this. Here, we can see that the agreement we are talking about has been indicated with a green color. George is singular and is also singular, meaning they are in agreement. What do we call this kind of agreement? We call it the subject and verb agreement. You might have heard it somewhere. Subject-verb agreement. However, is this the only agreement that we see in the sentence, George is a very kind man? Or are there any other agreements in the sentence? Let us look at this. George is a very kind man. The same sentence. However, there is a different agreement that we see here. Over here, the article a is always used before singular count nouns, and man is a singular count noun. So this means that the article is also in agreement with man. Provided we change man over here to men, would the sentence still be grammatically correct? No. It is going to be George is a very kind man. A cannot precede a plural noun. So this sentence, we see that there is also an agreement between the article. All articles fall under determinants. So there is an agreement between the determiner a and the man, which is also singular. And is it an agreement between the subject and the verb? No, because a is not our subject and man is not our verb. This means we have other kinds of agreements in English under Concord. So we would call this a determiner noun agreement because the determiner a agrees in number with man. We still see other kinds of agreements in this particular sentence. Let us look at this. George is a very kind man, and the emphasis is on kind man. Kind is an adjective, and it can only be used to modify nouns that are animate, particularly human nouns. Can you say a kind tree or a kind car? No. you can't use those nouns because they are inanimate. This means that there is a particular agreement relationship based on meaning between kind and also man, because you can't put any noun here. It must be a human noun. So this is a semantic relationship. In grammar, when we say semantics, we are talking about the meaning of the grammatical item. So here, there is a meaning relationship between the adjective and also man. They agree in terms of semantics. So what do we call this agreement? It is an agreement between the adjective and the noun. So here, you are realizing that Concord is very broad. And when we say subject-verb agreement, that's not all that Concord is about. It is just a subcategory of Concord. Let us look at this sentence. Is this grammatically correct? George are a very kind man. No, of course, it is not grammatically accurate. Why? Because the subject here is singular, but we used a plural verb, which means there is a disagreement between the subject and the verb. So Concord was not applied over here. Also, we have a very kind man. Is the article and the noun in agreement? No, this is because the article is used before singular count nouns. However, we have a plural noun, so this sentence is grammatically incorrect. So whenever you fail to apply the rules of Concord, your sentences that you use, how you communicate with your friends, you are going to sound very awkward. Therefore, Concord is very important, not just for examination, but for your communication as well. We have two handsome students on our screens, and they've written sentences. Let us analyze the sentences that they have written, looking at the first image. Our gentleman has written, she are a girl. Is this sentence grammatically correct? No. This is because she is a singular subject and must go with a singular verb, but we used a plural verb. So, Concord was not applied. Let us look at the second image. Our boy is smiling beautifully because he has written a grammatically accurate sentence. We have she, where is a singular subject, and it has been used with a singular verb is. So, the boy is happy because Concord was used, and he can communicate well using this sentence with others. So Concord is an all-important grammatical concept in English which must be taken very seriously. Let us analyze the following sentences to build a strong foundation for our Concord lessons. We have 3 sentences. You have 30 seconds. Identify which one is grammatically correct and which one is grammatically incorrect. Are you done? Let's take sentence 1. This book is mine. Was Concord applied over here? No, because we have a plural demonstrative determiner. These should be used before plural nouns. But we have book, where is a singular noun, meaning Concord did not do its work over here. So the sentence is grammatically incorrect. Can you correct it? You can say that these books, and you change the verb to are. So these books are mine. Then we would have a grammatically accurate sentence. The second one, the man and his dog was here. Is this grammatical? No, because we have a plural subject. The man and his dog, we can replace it with they. Do we say they was here? Of course not. So this verb is supposed to change to agree with the subject. So Concord was also not applied here, leading the sentence to be ungrammatical. Let us look at the last one. We have another plural subject. All the boys in the room has a car. This is not grammatically accurate because All the boys in the room is a plural subject and must go with a plural verb. Therefore, has rendered the sentence ungrammatical. Can you correct it? You can say, all the boys in the room have a car. Then we have our Concord rule applied. So unfortunately, all these examples are exactly like what this boy has written here. She are a girl. If you communicate like this with your friends, then I tell you, you are going to make a joke of yourself. So please, let's take Concord very seriously. All these sentences are showing that there are different kinds of agreements that exist in English, meaning there are different kinds of Concord. Let us look at the three broad categories of Concord. 1. We have the most important agreement relationship in English, and it is the grammatical Concord, which is popularly called subject-verb agreement. This is not the only type of Concord in English. We can also talk of proximity Concord, and of course, you should take note of the key words proximity. We will talk about these Concord rules in our subsequent lessons. Now, the last type of Concord that I want to draw your attention to is the notional Concord. Take note of the keyword notional. Now, in our next video, we will delve deeper into what grammatical Concord is. Until then, rewatch this video to have a firm grasp of the concept of Concord in English. See you in the next video.